Nkechi, a beautiful and lively 27-year-old, was heartbroken when she discovered that her lover, Emeka, was marrying her former best friend, Ifeoma. This news crushed her. They have been together for 2 years, but Emeka had moved on without a word of explanation. The pain of betrayal consumed her, and she decided that Ifeoma would pay for taking away what was rightfully hers. The rumors about Emeka and Ifeoma's wedding has been circulating for weeks, but when Nkechi saw the wedding invitation, it hit her like a slap in the face. She could not believe that Emeka, the man she loved, had turned his back on her. As she stared at the invitation, a dark thought crossed her mind. She was not going to let them get away with it. Nkechi's mind raced with ideas for revenge. She couldn't bear to see Emeka's face on his wedding day. As she sat in her room, plotting her next move, an evil plan took root in her heart. She decided she would attend the wedding and ruin it in the most terrible way possible. The day of the wedding arrived, and Nkechi found herself dressed in a simple but stunning outfit. She was determined to make Emeka regret ever leaving her. She slipped into the wedding reception unnoticed, avoiding the eyes of the guests. The music played and the people danced, but Nkechi had a darker goal in mind. Nkechi sneaked into the kitchen where the food for the wedding was being prepared. The aroma of spicy jollof and fried chicken filled the air, but Nkechi was not interested in the food. She had brought a small vial of poison with her, enough to cause death, but not to be easily detected. She poured it on the food reserved for the bride's family. Nkechi stepped back and admired the reception hall. She felt a sense of satisfaction. No one knew what she had done. She smiled, thinking she had outsmarted everyone. This would be her revenge. The family of the bride would pay for what had happened to her. She didn't care about the consequences. The wedding guests were enjoying themselves. The dance floor was filled with laughter, music, and joy. The bride's family, unaware of the poison in their food, happily devoured their meals. Emeka and Ivoma danced together, completely oblivious to the evil plans that had been set in motion. A few hours into the celebration, tragedy struck. One by one, members of the bride's family began to fall ill. They clutched their stomach and cried out in pain. The guests screamed and panicked as people collapsed. By the time the paramedics arrived, it was too late. 14 people had died from poisoning. The wedding reception quickly turned into chaos. The bride's family was devastated, and the guests were in shock. Emeka's joy turned to horror as he watched the woman he had once loved, Ifoma, tremble in tears. His dream of a perfect wedding were shattered. But what no one knew was that Nkechi was still among the crowd, pretending to be innocent. The police launched an investigation into the mysterious death. They questioned everyone who had attended the wedding and began testing the food for toxins, but there was no immediate answer, and the case seemed like it would go cold. Little did they know, the key to solving the mystery lay in a child's hands. 2 weeks after the wedding, Nkechi believed she had gotten away with her evil act, but unknown to her, Uche, a curious 8-year-old boy, has been playing with her mother's phone during the wedding. He has been videoing the event, capturing moments of the celebration. As Uche's mother scrolled through the video, she saw something that made her gasp. Uche's mother saw the video of Nkechi sneaking into the kitchen, poisoning the food, and leaving the room. Her heart raced as she realized the gravity of what she just witnessed. She immediately showed the video to the police, who was astonished by the footage. The police quickly moved to track down Nkechi. They had the video, but they needed to find her before she disappeared. Nkechi, unaware that she had been caught, continued to live her life as usual, enjoying her twisted sense of satisfaction. But she couldn't hide from the law forever. One morning, Nkechi was at home when there was a door at her door. She opened it to find several police officers standing outside. They told her that she was under arrest for the death of 14 people at Emeka's wedding. Nkechi's heart sank. She had thought she had gotten away with it, but now everything has come crashing down. As she was taken to the police station, Nkechi was silent, but when she was questioned about her involvement in the poisoning, she couldn't hold it in anymore. She broke down and confessed to the crime, revealing her anger and the pain she had felt after being betrayed by Emeka. The case went to court, and Nkechi was charged with murder. The courtroom was filled with emotions. Emeka and Ifeoma sat in silence, devastated by the loss of family members and the betrayal of a woman they once knew. Nkechi's defense was weak, and her anger-filled confession only worked against her. After several days of trial, the judge gave his verdict. Nkechi was found guilty of poisoning the food at the wedding reception, causing the death of 14 people. The judge sentenced her to life in prison. Her life had been destroyed by her own hatred and jealousy. Nkechi was taken to prison where she spent her days reflecting on her actions. She thought about the pain she had caused not only to Emeka and Ifeoma, but to the entire bride's family. She had let her bitterness and desire for revenge consume her. But now, it was too late. As the days went on, Nkechi began to feel the weight of her crime. She regretted the life she had destroyed. She thought about how she had once been a kind woman, but now she was a prisoner of her own darkness. The punishment she had received was just, but it did little to ease her torment. Yet she realized that revenge never healed the heart, it only made the pain worse. The darkness she had chosen to embrace had ruined her life and the lives of others. She had lost everything in her quest for vengeance. The lesson was clear: love, forgiveness, and patience were far more powerful than hate. Emeka and Ifeoma's lives were forever changed by the tragedy. The death of their family members haunted them every day. They tried to move on, but the memories of that fateful day stayed with them forever. Emeka realized that the woman he had once loved was capable of such darkness, and he vowed to never let bitterness control his life again. The bride's family struggled to cope with the lives of the 14 of their own. They mourned deeply, and the community was shaken by the tragedy. Poison had not only taken lives but had also left scars that would never heal. The families of the victims spoke of forgiveness, but the pain of their loss remained. Nkechi's name became a symbol of betrayal and revenge gone wrong. Her story spread through the village, and people spoke of her as a cautionary tale. She had once been a young woman full of promise, but her choices had turned her into a cautionary figure. In her prison cell, Nkechi thought about her actions, wondering if she could ever be forgiven. She had destroyed lives, and now she had to live with the consequences. But deep inside, she wished she had chosen a different path. As time passed, Nkechi's story became a legend of caution. She was remembered not for her beauty or charm, but for the darkness she let consume her. Her final days in prison were spent in reflection with her legacy, serving as a reminder that vengeance only once tasted can only bring destruction. Thank you for watching. If you found the story interesting, please comment below, like the video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more of such interesting stories.